Did you know that the fragrance you wear can possibly improve your performance in physical activities like the gym? I'm going to actually give you a first-hand example and tell you why coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose, and today doing another video on the scientific applications of fragrance and cool information that I've learned as I'm constantly studying and learning. For those of you who watch my channel, and by the way, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and just kind of subscribe now. If you haven't done so, I'd really appreciate it. But anyways, for those of you who watch my channel, you know that in addition to just kind of fragrance reviews and other information, I also like to dive into the science, read books, research scientific studies on fragrance, and find out kind of cool facts and things that we can use in our everyday lives. So one of the things that I have learned, and I've just tested out personally, I'm going to give you my personal experience. It's anecdotal evidence, of course. It's not a scientific study, but it's based on one, and I want you guys to try it out maybe and see if it works for you. So one of the people that I've read a lot of information, is Dr. Rachel Hertz. I recommend this book. By the way, it's called Scent of Desire. I'll go ahead and link down to it in my channel here. If you guys are interested, I bought it off Amazon, so if you want to go ahead and do that, I highly recommend this book if you want to learn more about the science behind smell. She is one of absolutely the foremost neuropsychiatrist in the world on this. She's a PhD and neuropsychologist. I'm sorry. Anyways, so I've read as much as I can by her. I also have all these studies here, by the way. These are all just some of the studies that I've printed out from the internet that I've read on actual scientific studies that she's performed. And one of the cool things that she found through her studies was that you could take a fragrance, and based on that fragrance, you could actually improve, for example, your ability to take a test. And what they found was if you, for example, were studying for a test, let's say they took college students and they were studying for an exam, and while they were studying, they had a certain fragrance or a certain smell that was being pumped into the room. And then when they went to take the actual test, they had two different groups. They had people who actually then had that same smell pumped into the room, and they had other people who didn't. And the people who had that smell pumped into the room that had been there when they were studying actually recalled better, had better memory, and performed better on the test. And again, that's because the impression, the sense of smell, is the strongest of all the five senses when it comes to memory. And it's most closely linked to memory in the strongest sense when it comes to recall and memory. So, but there's been also some other studies that she found that it could also improve maybe your performance in other activities, not just, say, test taking. For example, maybe you did really well in a particular work environment, and you did really well in a pitch meeting at a sales meeting, or maybe, let's say, again, an athletic event. So I decided to test this myself. I like to go to the gym. I go to the gym typically 6 days a week in the morning, about around 6:30 in the morning after I get up. And it's very important for me. It's just part of my daily routine. I like having a routine, getting the day going. And one of the things that I do, typical exercises, is bench press. I do that 1 day a week. And that's, something that requires, obviously, I use the military, the military bar and, free weights. So it can get kind of heavy, right? Over the years, I've worked out mostly my whole life since I was really in high school. And what I found is there's some days, some of you who, I'm sure you found this out, when you go to lift weights, you just, for whatever reason, feel really strong, and other days you just don't. And I've never known the rhyme or reason behind it. So some days I go on bench, I can lift a lot more, and other days, and I've done everything else the same, and I just can't figure it out. So what I did was, about 3 weeks ago, it was roughly 3 weeks ago, I wore just a little bit of fragrance to the gym one morning when I was doing bench press. Now, I was hoping that day I was going to have a good, strong day because I wanted to create a scent memory of a really good, strong workout. And that day I was wearing this fragrance, okay? Some of you have seen me talk about it. This is called Musk Therapy from Initio Parfums, Initio Privé, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And it's a good kind of light lighter fragrance. It's something that's not going to overpower people, so I like to wear fragrances like that to the gym. I don't spray a ton on, but I spray 1 or 2 on my neck. That way I can actually smell it, even under my mask, because at my gym I have to wear a mask, and I can still smell it coming up. Now, that day, I had an unbelievable workout, okay? One of the days where I have really strong, I lift more, than, a bad day. I bench pressed a lot. I actually was able to do 225 pounds, 10 times, which is good for me. So my theory then is, can I, when I come back next time to do bench press, continue that same strong, good workout by wearing the perfume again? And will that take me back, memory-wise, to that part where my muscles were strong and I was working out really strongly? So a lot of buildup, right? What happened? I've now worked out 3 times since that initial workout where I used this. And each time I've gone back to do bench press now, after that initial occasion, wearing musk therapy, I've worn 1 or 2 sprays of musk therapy. I can smell it when I get to the gym. It takes me back. It gets me into that mindset. And all 3 occasions now, I've had exceptional workouts where I'm lifting more than I normally do. So, I mean, obviously this is not a year-long scientific study, but after 3 times, because I normally don't have 3 times when I'm not doing this. For example, before I tried this this experiment, normally it would be off and on. Like I'd have a good workout, then I'd have one not so good. It was always very random. I've now had 3 in a row. Again, is it random? Does it mean I'll never have a bad workout again? Of course not. But what it means to me personally is that there is something there. There's connecting me, because when I get to the gym now and I'm wearing this musk therapy, I actually feel myself getting back there. Now, whether it's psychosomatic, whether it's physical, whether I'm kind of convincing myself that I'm going to have a good workout, who knows? But the bottom line is it's actually working and I'm having a better workout. And it kind of follows, again, the science and the scientific study that Dr. Hertz has found in her studies. So really cool stuff. That's the end of the video. Let me know. I'd love to see some of you guys try this out, or something similar. You could try it with, maybe studying for something, or, whatever it may be. Physical thing is obviously a pretty easy one to test, and let me know. The key though is that initial workout or that initial thing that you're doing, it's got to be exceptional, right? When you're wearing that fragrance. And so for example, that first day when I was wearing musk therapy and I went to the gym, if I had had a bad workout, I wouldn't have then used musk therapy, the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th time, because, I would have waited until I tried a different fragrance and associated that fragrance with a really good workout. So there you have it. This is JoelTheNose with just some fun facts, some anecdotal studies personally I've done myself based on scientific studies, proven studies, and applied it to my real life. And that's part of what I like to do here on this channel, is try to take fragrance outside our normal realm and apply it and see how we can really use this incredible sense and this passion that we love in ways that maybe even expand our love even more of fragrance. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon with another video. Hope you guys are doing well, and peace and love.